It's that time again, time for me to review another film, and that film today is The Commuter. The Commuter is a 2018 action thriller film directed by, and I hope I pronounce this right, Collet-Serra, with a screenplay by Brian Willinger, Philip de Blassie, and Ryan Engel, from a story by Willinger and Blassie. The film follows a man who is unwittingly recruited into a murder conspiracy after meeting a mysterious woman while on his daily train commute. I hadn't heard anything good about this movie, but as a fan of Liam Neeson, I was all on board for giving this a try. While I can at least say Liam Neeson delivers a compelling and believable performance, I can't say the rest of the movie matches the quality of our lead actor's performance. With many aspects of the film being insanely over the top, they felt done in a way that just didn't make sense. But what really didn't make sense was the entire premise of the film. If the goal of the film is to find and kill a witness to a crime, it seems clear they could have done so long before said witness got on the train. During the film, far too many contradictory plot points occur that make me question if the writers were paying attention to their own work, or is this another case of too many writers equaling bad writing? By the end of the film, we have concluded that the witness in question was manipulated into being on the train, so how the bad guys don't know who the witness is rather confusing. The witness is called Prynne and conveniently happens to be reading the Scarlet Letter, where the main protagonist's name is Hester Prynne. So that is like slapping a bullseye right on their head, yet it took us more than half the movie to figure out who this person was. The bad guys have been able to manipulate so many characters during the film, including pushing one man in front of a bus, so again the fact that they couldn't get to the witness themselves makes absolutely no sense. Seems to me they could have easily tracked down the witness, killed them, and never left any evidence. But had things turned out that way, we wouldn't have had a story or a film, so instead we get a bunch of evil mastermind bad guys who like to overcomplicate their lives by asking random strangers to fulfill impossible tasks. There are so many issues with the plot, and those things could have been straightened out, and it frustrates me that they left them as they are and convinced themselves it was a neatly written script. Our mastermind of the entire film is played by Vera Farmiga, and while I do enjoy her, her character makes no sense. All we really know is that she works for more bad guys and has what might be the dumbest job in the world. I will admit that all the scenes where she is speaking to Neeson's character on the phone were more interesting and compelling, and I almost wish we had never seen her, because there is something far more menacing about a disembodied voice suddenly contacting you, knowing everything about you and controlling you like a puppet on a string. Those moments I really enjoyed, but due to the fact her character is so one-dimensional, with us understanding so little about her, that by the end of the film I was disappointed. This film was compared to 2014's Non-Stop, which was also directed by Collet-Serra and stars Liam Neeson, and it's true they do have many things in common. In both films, Neeson's character has some form of official training, one being former police, the other being a federal air marshal. In both films, he is contacted by an anonymous person who is making demands and threats. In both films, he is trapped on a form of transportation, one being a train, the other being a plane, and in both films, everyone thinks that he's the bad guy due to his behavior when in fact he is trying to be the hero. It is disappointing that they have so much in common, but I really enjoyed Non-Stop, and while this film isn't great and for me isn't as good as Non-Stop, I do find aspects of it fun and enjoyable. In The Commuter, I love the way it is filmed. The style made it feel very fresh. I love how the film opens up with broken segments showing how his life is a series of routines, him doing the same thing every day for the past 10 years. It established everything the character has on the line and establishes reasons that make him an easy target. All of these things I appreciate, and I wish the rest of the film had been given as much thought as the beginning of the film, because then I think it could have gone further and made more sense. I also love that throughout the film you feel genuinely bad for Neeson's character, and you almost start rooting for him as though he was the underdog, simply because since the start of the film you have witnessed that he is having an incredibly shitty day, and you just want it to work out for him because there are bad days and then there's this. The first part of the ending is rather predictable. When it comes to finding out who one of the bad guys is, it's a reveal that's been done so many times, and if you don't see it coming, then you must have never watched a movie before in your life, because that's how obvious it was. The film does surprise me by having an unpredictable happy ending. Neeson's character has a new job, he's back enforcing the law, and he gets to find and arrest the bitch who masterminded one of the worst days of his life. I'd call that justice well served. Though I still don't like that we know so little about her, but at least she doesn't get away, so that at least makes me happy. The pacing of the film is really good. It does keep moving and doesn't slow down because just like Neeson's character, he can't slow down either. So I enjoy that the two are in sync. I love the investigative aspect to the film, watching Neeson putting his former police training to use to do what he's being asked to do while trying to figure out what's really going on was actually really fun to watch. This is by no means a terrific film and it didn't blow me away, but it does have some things I enjoy and I did actually kind of find it fun to watch at times. Despite its flaws, I would still probably give this a second watch. Have you seen Commuter? If so, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on it. But right now, I gotta go because I got a train to catch, so adios amigos!
My baby.